my build. And I want to turn this over to Chris and let him talk about it a little bit and run the my build part that really is limited to just those people that built along with Clark in his downtown deco kit. So Chris, I will turn this over to you, sir, and let you run the my build for Clark Coon.
All right, thanks, Jim. Got a little slide thing I put together here to talk about where we're going with all this. You've got, if I did this right, am I sharing?
I see you.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'm not sharing. My apologies for that. Let me go back and fix this real quick here.
Yeah, I gave you permission, so you should be able to.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Clark is here now if you want him to take care of it.
What's that?
Clark is here now.
I say, but Chris handles the my bills. But Clark, welcome, and please feel free to to chime in and be a part of it. Because this is only for builders that built along with your project.
All right. For some reason, this thing's not sharing tonight. Crap. I apologize for that. Had some computer issues today. So we're going to start out. I'm just going to go over our future plans here. Jim mentioned a bunch of it. If you're interested in participating in the My Builds, please either drop me an email, and I'll put that in the chat function here in a second, or drop me a message, and we will be sure to get you in there. And I'm putting it in the chat right now, so it should be up there for everybody to see. I did get a couple pictures from some people. Again, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'll give it a try. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. My slideshow did pop up. It just took a little bit.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. So here's my email address, railrunner130@hotmail.com, or you can drop me a message in the chat function on Zoom to reserve your My Build time slot.
It doesn't look like a model train.
I was in a hurry when I built this up, and I'm like, oh, there's a picture of Clark showing off a fish. Good enough. So we'll throw that in. At least it's something you'd be proud of. All right. So now, if you're taking a look at, if you're keeping track of what's going on, we've got the dish or the washing machine going on in the background. We've got the Bar Mills 1 kit that is currently being done, along with the Bob Farquhar's doing the Blair Line General Store. But anyway, back to the Bar Mills kit for a second. There's a $25 raffle that we will do on the My Build, and it's got to be of that kit. And it's also one of the rules, it's got to be something that you've done. Looking ahead, May 22nd, you've got the Hunters presenting one of their Hunter line products, the 30-foot King Truss Bridge. May 29th will be the next My Build, followed by the July 24th My Build. Then we go on to August 28th, where MoTrack Models is going to bring us 4 modelers and 4 different scales. The kit is yet to be determined. October 9th, Martin Breckbiel will do a Leadville Designs kit. Not sure what that's going to look like yet, but hang on for further details. October 27th, there is a Bantam Models kit that will be done. And then beginning November 2nd, Bill Davis will do a Rail Scale Models kit that has yet to be determined. And let me see if I can switch over and grab. I think I need to switch screens on this. And then, okay, I've gotten a couple of photos here. And I apologize in my haste here. think this was, is it Bill Patterson? Is that correct? That did this?
I think
Oh, it's
that's,
John.
I think that's Don's photo, Chris.
Okay.
You know, this, go ahead.
Yes.
What is-
Anyway, this is the kit that he did. His version of the downtown deco kit, and we also received this from him as well. He did a great job with the Gray Street Company House kit from Conowingo Models. You see he managed to put not only a front porch light on there, but he managed to light the first floor of it. So I think he did a great job with that. So, all right, I'll go back and let's see if I can shut the stop share. There we go. Okay, now we're back. Let's see. I just see a message from Jeremy Wyant about a PowerPoint with his build. So if somebody wants to go show off a build, I will pull that up and we will get back to you on this. Is there anybody that would like to share their build? All right. Tell you what, Greg, why don't you, since you've got a couple, since you've got some pics ready to go, could you go ahead and take that over while I download this?
Yeah, Ed, can you give me a share?
Let's see. Hold on one second.
Holding on.
This is as long as your thing stops moving on the participant pad, I should be able to hit you. Go for it.
All right. Hopefully you can see this little bar. This was the first timers bar that Clark has been showing us how to build from Downtown Deco. And I had done a couple Downtown Deco kits long ago in the 90s, along with another Hydrocal kit. So I was looking forward to this to get back into it. And Clark's tips really helped because I had forgotten a lot of what I had done back then. Now, this particular one, I built for a friend's layout. He models the B&O Railroad that goes into Georgetown in the 1940s and 50s. And I asked him, well, what name do you want on the bar? And he said, well, I'm doing research to see what bars were down there at the time. Well, his research has been going on for a while now. So as of right now, the bar doesn't have any name on it. Once he comes up with a name for me, I will make a sign for it, and then it will go to his layout. This is just a picture of it on mine. But I wanted to say that Clark's tips were spot on. Everything that he mentioned worked, and all of the stuff that he talked about really helped. And that's the end of mine.
Quick question. Do you know if anyone that's actually done an interior on one of these?
I don't know of one. The walls are a little thicker than most kits. So you could do an interior, but it would not quite look faithful.
Hi guys, I'm not so sure if on these real small kits you'd want to put an interior just because they're so limited, but on some of the bigger kits you could certainly put an interior in and it would show off in the model. So that's certainly one way of doing it. So yeah, I think that Greg, thank you very much for the nice comments too, but Don did a great job on his model, and I really liked his signs. And on yours, I really like the extra little details you added, especially the grating to the front door. I thought that was just excellent. So I try more or less to stick to the kit just because newer people who would build along, that's what they're going to do. So I tend to not to add too much other than maybe a few things, but your extra little details were great. So very well done. And I hope others have done the kit. Now, I did get a message. One of the participants sent me a message, and he said he just got his kit. And to remind people who maybe go, oh, I'd like to try that, it's still available. The clinic part is still in the YouTube channels, and you can still order the kit from Downtown Deco. So if you go to the first night, and I believe, I forget what night it actually was, for the introduction, you'll see where to order the kit and how to order the kit. And then you can just follow along with the instructions that we did almost every other week. So we can go from there. So if you're a little new to new tracks, you can still join in on all of our builds, I believe, through YouTube.
Cool. All right, thanks, Clark. And I went back and checked. It is Don Phillips that those two photos came from. So I apologize for bungling up his name. And I do have Jeremy's presentation that I'll put up here in a second.
You know, Don sent an awfully nice email with those two photos. And for people that don't know, he lives in British Columbia. And both of those kits are first time for him. He never built a wooden structure. He never built a kit out of that material that Downtown Deco manufactures. And those were his first efforts at kit building. So Don, thank you so much for trying. It makes what Clark is doing and Greg and the others, it makes it all worthwhile when you take the time to tell us that you enjoy it and show us what you've been able to accomplish. Thank you so much for the email, and thank you so much for your photos.
Yes, those you would not think that was a first-time modeler doing those. Anyway, up on the screen here, we have the first timer bar from Jeremy Wyant. Did you do this in O scale, I'm assuming, Jeremy?
Yeah, that's O scale.
Okay, cool. And let's
So I followed Clark's instruction and tried to cram all the last steps into a few hours this afternoon. So bear that in mind. You can go to the next slide.
All right.
So I tried to put that big decal across the whole side here, the one with the long rectangle with the circle in the middle. I'm sure Clark knows what I'm talking about. But man, I put that white, and I was doing tissue paper, and I put that white glue on there, and what a mess trying to line that up. And I got glue all over the side of the building. It was a total mess. And so I decided that I gave up on that, but I had also printed out on tissue the PAP sign. And then I made a couple metal signs. I didn't have the right bond paper, so I just glued together a couple sheets of paper, and I got a couple off, Google search for a couple things, including the PAPS thing. So the PAPS painted on sign on the wall there, I followed the instructions and stuff, but it's still like it's off by, obviously the whole bottom got trashed. That was accidental. That wasn't on purpose. It all tore off because I rubbed that rubber thing too much. So maybe I'm going to replace that painted on sign with a metal sign, but the quality of that metal sign looks pretty dubious as well.
I think it looks great the way it is.
No, I think your weathering on those are great, Jeremy. I wouldn't touch them now. You the PAPS one where it maybe didn't sink into the brick as much, and you said that was on tissue.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, and the other thing I wanted to point out is you notice that this free beer tomorrow sign on the right,
yeah,
that's kind of really poorly placed on that building. Why would anybody do that? Well, I had a whole mess of glue that seeped out between the thing, and then it wouldn't age properly, so I put the sign over the glue. Hey, you know,
Well-
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Those are
That's,
what you call happy mistakes.
that's,
I've
those-
tried a trick doing that tissue paper sign where I put the sign on the wall dry and then use some glue diluted, at least 50.
That's a good
50.
idea. I might try that. Was that O scale or?
Yeah, I did it in O scale, and that way the tissue is actually strong enough that with a brush you can work it into the seams and it doesn't fall apart. And that way you've got diluted glue and you can just keep track of it. You ever tried that, Clark?
I have, I won't say I specifically done it that way, but it turned out that way. So yeah, the tissue is pretty strong.
It is, it's amazing. You can actually, it almost becomes a little bit like, I don't know, paper mache anyway. I did it on stone, not on bricks, but I did it on stone, and you
Yeah.
could actually work the tissue into the contours of the stone. And then because it's so dilute, you can just use a piece of paper towel and wipe the excess off as you go around, and the glue dries pretty clear anyway. Then you can.
Jeremy,
do
I
it.
thought you did a great job in the weathering the two metal signs, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was just like literally this morning. I was like, I had the stuff printed out, then I glued together 2 sheets, and then I just took some burnt umber, the miracle color, and just painted the
Yeah.
wash of that, and that's what you get.
Yeah. No, I think they look great.
I like the figure. I like Clark's photogenic figure that you've got there.
You get that from Scenic Express.
Jeremy, that's a nice
Great.
spot.
So go to the next slide there, Chris. There's another couple, you can see more mistakes here. So on the upper left there on that sign, it just stuck and I couldn't get it straight. So I just decided to smear it, and there's some kind of leak from the roof or something going down. So, and we were talking about interiors. I haven't attached this door. It's just stuck in there. I think I might, because it's O scale, I might try to do an interior. I think it'd be really cool to have the lights and being able to look all the way down. I'm going to put the bar at the end because obviously it's not wide enough for a bar, and well, maybe it is, and people on both sides. So we get a bar at the end and put a wood stove or something in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's Altec 6 on YouTube says they're working on the first timer now, but they're a few weeks behind. Having it on YouTube is very helpful.
Well, that's great. And whenever you get it finished, please let Chris know, and he'll schedule you for the next My Bill that we have.
And
Hey,
if,
so while we got this picture up there, Clark, you can see on the upper right there, that sign is starting, you know, that's supposed to be painted on sign is peeling off. So I
so,
don't know whether to try, maybe if I put some of that diluted glue on it, it'll stick
yeah,
to the.
just take your brush and kind of go underneath that edge with a little diluted glue
Yeah.
and then push it into place.
Well, okay. There's one more slide here to show you the other side. I did
You can
successfully.
You can actually do it right on the surface, and it'll go through the tissue paper and stick to the bricks.
I think that's a paper sign though.
Oh, is it? I thought it was tissue.
Oh, no, that was tissue as well.
Oh, was
Maybe
it?
it's-
Oh, okay. Then you don't, yeah, you can do like Al said. Yeah.
Just go on the surface.
So I really wanted a Genesee beer sign. I don't know if it's authentic to 1954, but I tried.
Hey, that looks great. And you know what? Now see, that first timer bar sign is really well done.
But, you know, it was my second try, and at least it didn't have that circular part that got all gummed up, so I
Yeah.
could pretty easily lay it down.
Yeah, but I think that looks great. I think, see how the brick is coming through by the F at the first timer. See
Yeah.
how the brick is coming through. I think that's well done.
Yeah, I found that I was afraid to overwork it because maybe it is strong, but man, it started to tear off. Maybe it's timing.
If
Gotta do
you
it fast or
you
something.
push it straight into the building, it won't tear. But if you start stretching it, it may tear.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of photo flow or tiny little bit of dish soap to get a wetting
Yeah, that
agent.
might work too, right, Al?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use photo flow. I bought jar about 100 years ago, and I still got 3/4 off it because you only need a drop. Now, photo flow works great as a wetting agent for anything you're doing, but it helps doing this too. I've done several of these on stone buildings, and it works quite well.
Yeah, so I think this kit was great. I'll be buying some more downtown deco buildings just because I like working with the hydrocal. Hey,
It
one other question. To fix that seam, I went and bought some of that hydrocal in those 2-quart containers.
Oh,
That's lightweight. But
yeah.
that didn't work right.
No,
So-
you know why?
It looks like it's got baking soda in it.
Actually, what it's got beads of styrofoam,
Ah, okay.
and it won't suck into those as well. You really need, and unfortunately, most places they want to sell you a 50-pound bag of hydrocal.
So can you mail me like 2 tablespoons of hydrocal for the next kit?
The problem would be once you get it there, either the FBI or the RCMP would be there going, "Is this a drug?" But if you can find a friend or something that maybe that's doing scenery and they bought a big bag of hydrocal, that's the best stuff to use though.
Actually, spackling compound will work good too.
But it doesn't, that you have to push into the thing with the hydrocal, it will just absorb it in and it.
Right.
So, but yeah. Now the other thing you can do to hide that seam is put your like a downspout on for your, for your rain
Yeah,
downspout.
after seeing Greg's there, I saw yours, but I didn't have any styrene, but it looks
Yeah.
like Greg used that wire that came with.
Or
the
you
kit,
can
so
use
I
wire,
do that.
sure, absolutely, yeah. So, but I think you've done a great job for somebody who's never tried one, and
Yeah, Jeremy, I think the colors you got in that thing is just fantastic.
And the colors are great.
Yeah, both the rocks down below and the brickwork itself. That's just gorgeous. And I like your signs. I know you see all the flaws in them, and I see all the flaws in everything I build, but I think it looks fantastic.
yeah, I don't see much of an issue really with the signs, other than like you say, that one on the front is maybe coming up a bit, but you can glue that down, and I think they look great.
Thanks.
But
Okay,
hey,
guys.
in real life though, signs aren't perfect. They fade out and wear off and,
Yeah.
Okay, does somebody else have a model they'd like to show?
Just while if anybody jumps in, if you email the guys at the show, if you're building along now and it's kind of after and you have a question, you can certainly get in contact me with one of the guys, and they'll send with Jim, and they'll send me an email, and I'll send back an email to you answering whatever question you have.
Would you like to put your email in the chat?
No.
Well, then they
That's
can't
fine.
email you.
Just send it to me, I'll get it to him, no problem.
That's what I mean.
Ed, you want to put my email in the chat so that everybody can have mine?
Sure.
Thank you. All right, Chris, thank you so very much for this evening.